What's up, guys? Just came back from my locals again. This time I decided to play a red leader. One of my biggest challenges when deck building is choosing a red leader and then doing well with it. A lot of red leaders, I think, in my opinion, are extremely hard to win with, mainly because most of them are mana inefficient. I can't play I can't play good battle cards earlier, and I have to wait. I have to wait several turns, and they don't really have ramping strategies, and it's hard for them to actually bring in cards onto the board. So red is definitely imbalanced in this game, I think, and especially red leaders, especially. So I looked through the red list, and I think the best red leader that can do really well in this today's format was Dr. Myuu. Reason being is because you don't have to interact with the board with Dr. Myuu, and you generate a lot of advantage because he brings in a 1 or a 5,000 power battle card that's a machine mutant once per turn onto the board. So you always want to fish out for cards like Dr. Myuu because he searches out pretty much all the deck because a lot of the cards in the deck are machine mutants. Uh, and even the set coming out, set series 4, there's about like two different machine mutants that you can play and more machine mutant support. So one of the reasons why I did want to play this leader was because there was cards inherently in the deck that did very well against the meta. So say you're dealing with the veggie package, which I did play the two veggie package in the tournament. By the way, I went 2-2, so I didn't do so well as I'd hoped, but still, if you watch the games that I had, I was destroying the veggie engine in those decks very frequently, and the reason why is because inherently this deck plays General Rildo, because if you're playing the chains, all the four the four the four guys like these, um, you're allowing yourself to play this on turn 4, and by turn 4, when you play this guy, you can play this guy and then destroy everything. He basically, when he comes into play, he makes everybody minus 10,000, and then when he attacks, he destroys a 10k. So General Rildo, this is kind of like a General Rildo deck, but I didn't play the X Evolve version because I felt like he was subpar, and plus I had to draw into him, so I felt like he was subpar. Maybe in the future I will, but I haven't really decided on that one yet. So inherently, yeah. So I still play the gadgets. I play the gadgets. I play 4 of everything except for this Super Sigma, mainly because I felt like he was difficult to bring out because you would have to do Nazi and then absorb what's it, Ribbit and Bizu, yeah. So I had to absorb 2 other cards. I mean, he came in handy several games, but he was. This is a harder card to bring out than Rildo. So it was just in here because he's a +1 when he tributes, when he summons himself to this card, and he does 2 things. He allows you to plus by drawing 2 cards, and he minuses 10k to 1 battle card. So he can potentially KO something for the duration of the turn. And if you combine it with M2, you can actually KO a 15k. So there's a lot of like minusing stats in this deck because it's very good. So, anyways, another reason why I play this deck was because I could search for my super combos off the top 3. So hopefully it came up. There was a lot of games where I actually didn't see much of this, and my opponents all drew their super combos. So I guess it was kind of weird that they were able to draw, but I couldn't draw. At least I only drew 1. So if there was a better way I can get this, I would totally put it in my deck if I could. So yeah. Moving forward, this deck was awesome. I really felt like I was not losing card advantage at all times, and I really felt this deck was really awesome. Another engine I played to counter the apes was the chain attack with Zen-Oh. I really feel like red has a hard time dealing with boards in general, and especially big boards like apes that all have barrier. And the only thing I can interact with using red is chain attack and Xeno. So I think in red decks especially, this is a staple. Just because you can reset the board after like draining out your hand, aggressing your opponent. This is definitely needed. I think I only resolved it once in one match, and it was kind of subpar anyways. But yeah, I mean, I guess you just need this. Against the Victory Strike deck, a lot of the cards that are counter spells or counter attacks weren't like Mafuba, so I couldn't play Mafuba. So I had to think of other ways to stop the Victory Strike from killing me. So I chose to play Pan. I played 3 of her. I think she's really good, especially since you're playing chain attacks. You can actually splash a lot of 15k or lower cards in your deck. And I just splashed her because she has barrier and blocker, so they can't easily get rid of her. So if you're playing against U7 Frieza, they can't tap her and then go through your barrier blockers. They would have to play like the new U7 Frieza that taps barrier cards, but Victory Strike can't really kill you if you have this, at least one of this in the board. So you just have to be really patient and wait for them to bring it out and then block it and then kill them the next turn, because they wasted all their resource into bringing in Victory Strike. So definitely a good card in this deck, and plus it gives all my guys double strike. So if you have a board full of magic machine mutants, you can give them all double strike and +5 to kill them. I think there was one game where I thought I was gonna lose until I boosted all my machine mutants and then killed them. The other spin I like to put on this deck was the self-awakening mechanic, and I played Majin Buu only because this has barrier and double strike and can get around Shigesh, so definitely good. Plus it helps me self-awaken, this little package. And then I play only one of this. I felt like you could combo so much with this one guy with chain attack, so you can play like I guess you can play chain attack into Babidi into 2 more cards off of these 2 cards. Definitely good. I probably would take this out in the future. I'm not sure. He was kind of like clumpy, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and then I played one food, of course. Nothing to say here. This is my favorite card in the game, and I pretty much put it in all my deck. Once Series 4 gets released, I probably go play the new baby card, Baby Vengeance Unreleased, and what's the name of the other one? Saiyan Strength Baby. I feel like it's a really good card, especially one of the weaknesses of this deck is because you have like 8 targets that you want to play with the Unawakened side to allow you plus, and that being this card and Nat. There's another target you can technically play. It is the Jiru that has a blocker. So I didn't play that. I felt like she was vulnerable anyways, or that card was vulnerable. So these are the 2 targets I play. Come set 4, there's going to be another target, which is the Baby Unleashed, and it's going to be a pretty good card. So overall, I think I can improve this deck in the future. It was really fun, especially since it's not it's an unconventional leader, and hopefully you guys will enjoy Dr. Myuu once Series 4 come out. I'll have my list set in the next portion of this video. So yeah, hope to catch you guys later for my locals challenge. Really awesome, really cool. Peace out.
Be with me.